I have this fancy circular saw that came with a 1.4 meter long track, but for most of the cuts I make it is too long and bulky, and I don't feel like buying another track because they are expensive. So today I'm trying to build one myself for just a couple of bucks. So there I have a roll of some sticky foam type stuff, some iron-on edge banding, a piece of plywood that will be the splinter guard, and another narrow piece of plywood, an aluminium U profile that will guide the saw, and one piece of plywood that will, well, it's obvious I guess. I begin by sanding the inside of the extrusion and then gluing in the narrow piece of plywood. While the glue dries, I route all the dados. All of them must be 1 mm deep, so the foam will still protrude about 1 mm. The one at the edge is about 5.5 mm deep, so the splinter guard will also protrude 1 mm. Then I glued on the edge banding. It turned out it didn't help much to make the saw slide better. Now drilling a hole for hanging it on the wall. With the saw on the track I can now measure the dimensions required for the aluminium profile, and then I trim it down on the table saw. Next I glue it to the track. Turns out I had to slightly chamfer the profile to make the saw fit properly. And of course, yep. After spray painting it, I discovered how ugly the whole thing had turned out. I should have left it as it is and just varnish it. But I'm just gonna call it a prototype and then build a nicer one later. Well, now I can stick on the foam, and then the splinter guard. And finally I can cut the splinter guard and then try it out. And it works really well. Actually, the saw feels more stable than on the original track. And it also sticks to the surface really well.